And good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 13 of the season for the PCS Ray AutoZone Amateur Series. Now, I did say we were going to be going to Michigan International Speedway, but then I didn't realize until just now we have to make up the Kansas race first before we go to Michigan. So we're here at Rockingham, North Carolina for 59 laps of racing here today as Stephanie Carlson starts on the pole position. Carlson comes into this race 13th in the points, dropped 5 spots in the previous race. That was at Nashville, I want to say. Let me make sure I'm saying that correct. Yep, Nashville. Marcus Thatcher won our last race last time out. Dylan Jacobs alongside Pete Ramirez and Marcus Thatcher in row number 2. It was Thatcher's first career AutoZone Amateur Series win. Ariel Moore completes top 5. There's a look at the points coming into today's race. Because, like I said, after today's race, we'll only have 3 more races left to go for the Amateur Series. So let's give you the top 10 in the points, presented by Golden Corral. Marcus Sellers continues to be the points leader, or took over the points lead last time out over Michael Anderson. He leads Anderson by 26 points. 56 points back is Jennifer Power, who comes in this race third in the points. Excuse me. I just had some breakfast before I started recording, if y'all don't mind. I'm not telling you what kind of breakfast. Jennifer Power, third in points, 56 back. Carolina Bradley, fourth, 60 back. And then rounding out the top 5 is Curtis Glover, who's a whopping 123 points back. Then the rest of your top 10 is Luca Rosso, Pete Ramirez, Ingrid Pollard, Daisy Flowers, and Natalie Fisher. And I forgot to show you the rest of the starting grid. That is my bad. There you go. And we're getting ready to go green. 59 laps of racing. And we're green at the Rock. Don't think fuel is going to be an issue. Same with tires. Well, tires actually could be an issue. Everybody gets off turn number 2 good, down into turns 3 and 4. This is a 1-mile racetrack, but on an old surface like Rockingham, North Carolina, it will eat up the tires really easily, as Stephanie Carlson will lead the first lap of this race. Angela Thornburg currently in the 2nd position. Number of these drivers trying to get back into championship contention. Because like I said, after today's race, we only have Michigan, Talladega, and our season finale at Toronto. I was going to go to North Wilkesboro before my game decided to crash on me. The NR decided to crash on me, that is. So I said, okay, let's go to a track I kind of know, Rockingham, North Carolina. And well, that was a perfect decision. Love racing here at Rockingham, North Carolina. A lot of times we come here, it's normally for an elimination race for the Monster Energy Series, but this year is not the case. This will be a very... Ooh, somebody got knocked in the wall in the back. I think that was the 11 of Zach Lambert. But surprisingly, we're still green flag racing. Paul Walker currently in 2nd. There's Ingrid Pollard in 3rd. Cleopatra Gamal passing Angela Thornburg, but she's going to be under attack by Ariel Moore. But somehow, someway, we're still green flag racing, to my surprise. Amateur Series have never raced here at Rockingham, so we are guaranteed a first-time winner regardless who it is. And as I said, you know, a 1-mile track. Then we'll have the 2-mile track at Michigan, which will be... Ooh, I saw the 48 get a little squirrely back there. That was Drake Robertson. Did he save it? Yes is the answer, but he's got some left side damage to that 48 machine. But somehow, some way, we didn't have a yellow. We're still green flag racing. As we go back up to Stephanie Carlson, that's that treacherous turn 2. And looks like we got somebody just got wrecked in the back. Caution. And that is Blake Morris and Aaron Hornish. I see Alex Winters is back here. Not sure what's happened to Alex there. But this is a huge break. Aaron Hornish was collected in this incident with Blake Morris, and the caution's out for the first time here today. It's that turn 2. We saw this. Let's first off see what happened to the 48. Then we'll see what happened to bring out this yellow. Okay, so this is going into turn number 1 and 2. Turns 1 and 2. And it was with the 27. So this is what, yep, right into that wall. And 48's got some damage to the left side of that car because he bounced off Blake Morris. Then a lap later, same thing, except the 12 of Aaron Hornish just gets in the left rear of the Toyota of Blake Morris and just sent both of them down to this inside wall. Did some pretty significant damage to both of their cars. Blake Morris, 30th in points, former winner this season, not the season he would have liked. Aaron Hornish, on the other hand, 15th in the point standings. This is not the run they would have liked. And I'm still trying to figure out what happened to Alex Winters. Why? Oh, he had an unscheduled pit stop. That would explain why. Apparently he had a flat right front tire. Probably made contact with another car or something like that. That's its upbreak for Alex. So Alex's day is not off to a very good start, which is a bit of a shame. I believe he's he's 4 laps down, so. But should be up to speed, though, because that was a flat tire. Probably ran over something on the track. Regardless, that's a tough break for the 03. 22nd in points. Has not been a good season for that 03 team. As Stephanie Carlson will lead us back to the green flag. We're back to racing. That battle for 5th is going to get a bit interesting by the time we get to Toronto. Because theoretically, there is only 9 drivers in contention for the championship, but theoretically, it would be 4. As Alex Winters is trying to get one of the 4 laps that 03 team has lost, and he or she, don't know what gender that is, will succeed. Stephanie Carlson still leads. There's Alyssa Albon, who's already been mathematically eliminated. She comes in this race dead last in points of the drivers who have run the full schedule this season. So Alyssa's just trying to end what has been a miserable season for that 5 team. You normally don't see the 5 team in ARCA struggle because Bobby Gerhardt's like the master of the 5 car. We will have a full 42 car field for this series in 2024. I don't know how many cars we will have for next season. Some of the cars that are currently in East will be in the amateur series, the main amateur series. This 9 car will be there. How interesting is that the 9 car that's in this field, when we did the amateur series back around 2017, that car finished 2nd in points, which they secured a charter for next season, which is good for Paul Michaels, who you will see him next week or you will see them, because as I said, with this being a makeup race, plus we will go to Michigan later this week. And of course, you will see the Monster Energy Series drivers. Of course, this race weekend is just amateur only. Then we will start the Michigan weekend with these drivers and the Monster Energy Series drivers, who just finished up their second elimination race yesterday at Texas. In which we already know who the 4 drivers got eliminated from. There's Paul Walker. Paul Walker, not the actress, Paul Walker, the race car driver, Paul Walker, who comes in this race 11th in the points. Lost a spot last time out at Nashville. As Angela Thornburg's trying to take the lead, or has taken the lead, the question is going to be for how long? As the 57, Paul Walker takes the lead. Forgot to tell you all, this series has unlimited sets of tires to change in this race and in all season. I forgot to bring that up. There's Amy Pruitt in the 18. Pruitt comes in this race 14th in points. She is probably going to be ineligible to win the championship. I think her goal right now is she needs to make up a lot of points on the driver they're trying to run down. That would be Curtis Glover. Because remember, if you are not familiar with this series, if this is your first time watching the amateur series, at the end of the season, the drivers who finish top 5 in the point standings will be moving up to the truck series, because they are taking the charters from the drivers who finish in the danger zone of the truck series. The bottom 5 drivers, that is. That will lose their charters to the top 5 for this series. And as I mentioned when I went over the point standings, Seller, Michael Anderson, Jennifer Power, Carolina Bradley, and Curtis Glover would have those charters. Also today, we got some news in regards to next season. The age requirement, as far as like how the like the big ovals of Daytona, Talladega, that you have to be 18 years old. Well, it was confirmed today that the age requirement will not be a factor moving forward. That will start next season. So there will not be any issues, because, yes, I understand that kind of sounds like a bit interesting as far as the requirements, but at the same time, it's something new that, want to give these drivers a chance to run these cool races like Talladega, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, and all that. And of course, remember, after Talladega, we will not see the amateur series until Toronto, after Talladega. And the reason I say that is because they have one more off week in their schedule, and that is the race weekend. We're going to determine who will be in the Final Four to compete for the championship in the Coca-Cola Truck Series, the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, and the Monster Energy Series. So there's Alex, who's probably going to end up finishing last unless someone has a mechanical problem. So, yeah. Blake Moore's last car in the lead lap. Where's the points leader at? Marcus Marcus Sellers is all the way back in 40th. He was your points leader coming into this race. The guy who's trying to run him down for the points lead, Michael Anderson, came in this race second in points. He's 14th, so... But Jennifer Power, last time by, is inside the top 10, so... And it's looking likely Jennifer Power could take the points lead heading into heading into Michigan, which is our next race in a few days. Of course, remember, we get 2 races this week because this is a race we are making up from Kansas. And then next week, all 4 series will be in action at Talladega. Of course, this will be right after the Michigan weekend. So this is the Rockingham/Michigan weekend. Because the amateur series drivers are trying to make up the amateur series drivers are making up their race from here at Rockingham that they were supposed to run in Kansas. Yellow's out for the second time today. Cleopatra Gamal's involved in this incident. I believe Blake Morris might have been involved as well. Would be his second incident in a row. No, I think it might have just been the 9 car. And it was the 9, and who was that behind the 9? That's Kevin Lambert, who just committed female abuse, which I'm not surprised. And the 9 car just got loose. You know, turn 2 is a really treacherous, and that's a hard hit to that inside wall and a lot of damage. And the black smoke erupted on the 5-Hour Energy Toyota. But I was going to say, turn 2 is a lot treacherous because whenever you're racing on this track, you got to be careful getting off of turn 2 because that's Calamity Corner. We've seen it in NASCAR races at this track where drivers get loose and they hit the outside wall or inside wall and they can get their car almost upside down. And it's a really treacherous track, if you ask me. And the other thing, and I mentioned about tires, is that as old as this surface is here at this track, tires, it's like you're just taking a piece of tire and using a cheese grater, and it just grades the tires apart. And it's never fun as a driver, if you know what I mean. Cleopatra Gamal is out of this race. Of course, she's not running for the championship anyway because she came in late in the season. But she will finish as the driver who gets the reverse race. Of course, remember, Damian Sandiego has already had a couple of DNFs lately as we're back to green flag racing. So we're down to 41 cars. And, of course, Cleopatra Gamal has already gone to the infield care center. And that's another thing is every time you're involved in an incident, you will have to take the go-kart ride to the infield care center, which Cleopatra has done so just to get checked out. Not the way she wanted to have, not the finish she was hoping for today. Of course, she and her sisters and also Damian Sandiego and Johnny Carter, they're just out here just to try to get experience because they will be full-time next season. So they're just out here trophy hunting. Same with the drivers who are already eliminated from championship contention. Let's also make note that this is the only series that whoever has the most points wins the championship. Simple as that, other than the East and the West series, which we will bring those series to you guys next season. And they are running the, you guessed it, the same mod as the amateurs is running, the BR13 mod. Because that's how you can get these ARCA cars is, because the ARCA cars, they're on, yes, they're on the BR13, but they're on the CTS version of CTS Physics for the BR13 mod. That's the mod I downloaded. So if you don't have the ARCA cars, that's because either A, you don't have the right physics, or B, and that's because you probably downloaded the wrong physics. Easy for me to say. Sorry if I'm stuttering my words. See some skid marks down there on the apron. I don't know whose those belong to. It must have belonged to this lady right here, Liliana Bata, and looks like she got sent to the grass, and it was not her fault. I think it had something to do with second in points. Yep, Michael Anderson, Lucas Albon, Ben Carpenter. And that spun Liliana Bata, who was just minding her P's and Q's. And unfortunately for Liliana, the caution did not come out. And plus, she was so far down the apron, they did not throw the yellow flag as a result. So a tough break for her. That's also, may I remind you, second in points, Michael Anderson. He's not running well either. And the driver he's trying to run down for the points lead, Marcus Sellers, he's 32nd. So the top two in the point standings are not having a good run today. And as things stand, it looks like Jennifer Power would take the points lead heading to Michigan. And Alex Winters has gained a spot. So now that 0-3 team is up to the 41st position. So they won't finish dead last, even though it won't be a good points day for them. Also, I'm seeing a number of drivers who are running well in points not having a good run. Like Carolina Bradley came in this race 4th in points. Curtis Glover 5th in points, not having a good run here today. Also, Luca Rosso, also the good news for Curtis Glover, the guy that was trying to run him down for that final spot, Luca Rosso, he's all the way back in 31st. So that battle for 5th is going to get shaken up big time. What about the gal that's trying to run them both down? That would be Peach Ramirez. Where is she running? She's running 19th. And she's ahead of both. And she's ahead of not just Curtis Glover and Luca Rosso, but they're also ahead of Carolina Bradley and then the top two in the points table. For Sellers and Anderson, they're going to definitely take a hit in the points. Same with Carolina Bradley, who's running in 21st. Now 23rd. So that battle for 5th just got wide open big time. And we're absolutely going to have a bit of a point shakeup heading into next week. Because I'm also seeing, and like I said, I'm also seeing drivers who are running well in points not having the days they were hoping for. Ingrid Pollard came in this race 8th in the points. She might be in the top 5 in the points leading today. We only have 40 cars on the lead lap. 41 in this race. And of course, Cleopatra Gamal, the only driver out of the race, due to our 2 cautions we've had here today. Other than that, everybody's been respectable, if you know what I mean. I mean, we have not had any issues, so. And that incident was absolutely a racing deal, because like I said, you know, Cleopatra was doing her darnest to save that race car, and unfortunately just couldn't save it. And, you know, that's a rookie driver who's trying to learn, you know. You know, it sucked it happened to Cleopatra, but that's part of the game where you have to learn as a driver, you know. You'll make rookie mistakes, trust me. And you'll get better at it. And Amy Pruitt's trying to make sure she also gets a charter for next season, because like I said, with the number of drivers ahead of her in the points, trying to see where the 73 is. She's 17th. That would be Natalie Fisher. And Daisy Flowers is currently 21st, so not been a good day for Daisy Flowers. Pretty soon they'll be catching Liliana Bata before this race is over. Lucy Granger, not the run she was hoping for today, but on the bright side, she's never raced here at Rockingham, North Carolina. So to be fair with her, it's her first time, so I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. And of course, remember, Lucy Granger is going to be running in this series full-time next year. She's also going to be running full-time next season in the truck series. So sometimes when she's not racing in the amateur series, she will be focusing more on her truck series next season. Her sister, Samantha Granger, who's currently in the round of 7, which you will see her and the other 41 other drivers, and you will also see the Buffalo Wild Wings Series drivers next week at Talladega. Because like I said, we're here at Rockingham, and then in a couple of days, we'll be at the Irish Hills of Michigan. And then you will see... and also, this is going to help drivers like Lauren Ekstrom, who you will see her and those drivers at Michigan in the Monster Energy Series. And of course, remember, Lauren Ekstrom who just recently advanced into the Elite 8, which will be her best season in the PCSRA to date. As we're down to 2, it's going to be 2 to go when we get to the line. Marcus Sellers currently still your race, Amy Pruitt still the leader, I'm sorry. Marcus Sellers is not having a good day. Neither is Michael Anderson. Those two aren't doing themselves any favors, and that's going to really help Jennifer Power. And remember, Jennifer Power being the only driver who's 18 years old, this could help her get a contract possibly with Daniel Voiles Racing, because a number of DVR drivers are going to be either in Buffalo Wild Wings or in the Tier Series next year, as the white flag is out for the Lynx Capital Toyota, sorry. I just butchered the sponsor. I got the two wording mixed up, but that's all right. Amy Pruitt having a good run. This will be her second career win. As here she comes through 3 and 4. The 0 of Stephanie Carlson can't make a move. Amy Pruitt will get her second career AutoZone Amateur Series win, winning today here at The Rock. And she came in this race 14th in the points. This will put her inside the top 10 of the points, and could also put her within striking distance of possibly getting a charter in the Truck Series for next season. And now we are down to 3 races to go, as standings are indeed official. Love racing here at Rockingham, where even though we had 2 cautions, we had a nice green flag run, which is nice for a change. Amy Pruitt is the winner. Stephanie Carlson so close, we'll have to settle for second, but a nice bounce back run after she dropped 5 spots last time out at Nashville, so she will end up finishing in second. Dan McAllister didn't talk much about that 63 bunch. That's a driver who really needed a good run, 35th in the points, next to last in points of the drivers who ran every race. Same with the gal that finished in 4th, Alyssa Albon. So 2 drivers who have had a miserable season. Well, that's definitely what the doctor ordered for the both of them, and that is their first top 5 of the year for the both of them. So nice respective run. Jennifer Power, no doubt, will take the points lead heading into Michigan in a couple of days. She came home in 5th. Ingrid Pollard in 6th. Looks like she's going to capitalize on the misfortunes of Carolina Bradley, Curtis Glover, and Luca Rosso, as she comes away with 6. And also Pete Ramirez, but we'll see where Ramirez finished. Oh, she finished 11th. But I think both of them will capitalize on the misfortunes of drivers who had miserable days. Angela Thornburg came home in 7th. Good run for Angela. She came in this race 28th in the points. That is her third top 10 of the season. In 7th, Damian Sandiego, two pretty mediocre runs of late. He comes away with an 8th place result. Paul Walker 9th, and Tina Jones gets another top 10. That is her 5th on the season, 20th on the points. Going to continue to work her way through the points table. Pete Ramirez, of course, despite finishing in 11th, like I said, she and a bunch of other drivers that were trying to run down Curtis Glover for that final transfer spot just capitalized on the misfortunes. Natasha Drummond, Ariel Moore, Lucas Albon, Jonathan Carter. Good run for Jonathan. And then you see all these drivers, as you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, a lot of drivers who came in running well in points. Marcus Sellers finished in 30th. He was your points leader coming in this race. Michael Anderson, 29th. He was 2nd in points, so those two drivers are definitely going to take a big hit in the points. Also, a number of drivers who are running well in points, like Aaron Hornish, came home in 27th, so he's absolutely going to take a hit in the standings. Tommy Montgomery, we didn't see much of that 60 car. He fell apart and never recovered, so tough break for Tommy. He's absolutely going to take a hit in the points. Same with Ryan Madison, 12th in points. So Rockingham, North Carolina played its part into shaking up the points, and it's going to get shaken up as now we head off to the Irish Hills of Michigan in 2 days' time. So these drivers will get a quick travel day, and also for the 9 team, they will go to a backup car going into Michigan next time out. We're going to go ahead and show you your point standings. You've gotten your look at your official finish results. We're going to go ahead and show you your points for this series, so that way you guys know what the point scenario is going to look like. As I said, we're going to be heading to Michigan in a couple of days, as these drivers will get a travel day. Going to be a long night for those haulers, if you ask me. Forgot to give you the race name. Rockingham. I'll just name it the Rockingham 100 just for the heck of it. Okay, there we go. So Jennifer Power, I know, will be a favorite to take the points lead heading into next week, or heading into in a couple of days, rather. Next week, it's all 4 series in action from the Talladega Super Speedway, which will be fun. And then amateur will take an off week in that result. As what did you just do? Score 4. Good thing I saved the freaking race. Give me a second, we're going to have a little bit of delay here because my laptop decided to be stupid with me. And it also crashed my game. Good thing I saved the results. I'm glad I did that race before it crashed on me. So, yes. Give me a second here, guys. Let me restart my laptop, and then we will show you your point standings before NR decides to use the St. Louis Deadbird strategy. But, yeah. So, it's looking likely Jennifer Power is probably going to... I wouldn't say she's theoretically safe. I just think she's going to have her work cut out for her. I'm going to try to get score 4 back up so you can see the points if it did get exported. If not, I will have to re-export the results. Yeah, talk about that was a bad time for my laptop to take a crap. Especially when I'm getting ready to show you the point standings in just a sec. So, yeah. Okay, sorry about that with my stupid freaking laptop who can't stop using the St. Louis Deadbird strategy. Did it export? It did, I think. Yep, it did. Sweet. There's the points at last after my laptop decided to be stupid with me. Ignore the little circle deal because Chrome's going to pop up and I didn't want Chrome popping up and I don't know what on the bloody earth Chrome's doing. I did not want Chrome pop. Chrome, I did not ask you to pop up, you derping hyena. I know that's going in the quote chat, but I don't really care at this point. Anyway, so there's the points. So it did get exported. Sweet. In your face. In your face, NR, you pile of shit. Anyway, so looks like Michael Anderson, Marcus Sellers also lost a bit of ground to Stephanie Carlson, who definitely capitalized in the Rookie of the Year points. So good job to them. Well, that's going to do it from today's race. Congratulations to our winner, Amy Pruitt, on her first win of the season. As I'm sorry about NR 2003 using the dead bird strategy. So, yep, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race from Rockingham, North Carolina. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCS Rookie Crew today. We have shown you your full finisher results. Here are your rookie points and your overall points heading into our race at Michigan in a couple of days, which we will see these drivers and the Monster Energy Series drivers who will kick off the first race of the Elite 8. And then next week, we will see all 4 series in action from the high banks of Talladega Superspeedway. You don't want to miss the action. And we'll see you in a couple of days at Michigan International Speedway. But until then, I've been Dean DeVoe signing off as you've been watching yet another broadcast courtesy of the PCS Array, the best NR racing around the world since 2017. See you at Michigan International Speedway, everybody. Goodbye from Rock.